An oligarch close to Putin says that we shouldn't underestimate the Russian leader's desire to use nuclear weapons in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. You got to take this seriously, okay, because this guy's putting himself out there. Just in the last month, there have been 7 of these oligarchs murdered, not just them murdered, their entire families murdered. And so for him to step out and say, you know what, there's a problem here, there's got to really be a problem. Take it from there, if you would.
There really is. And he says, we have to take this seriously, mainly because this guy's mental health and possibly his physical health as well, it's gone. He says it is just shot. And he sees this. This is a guy, again, who is very close to him. These oligarchs, people have to understand, it's not necessarily like U.S. billionaires that go out there and do, say stupid stuff. These people are basically advisors to the Russian government. These oligarchs control entire industries. They are the right-hand men and women of this administration. They know him personally. They meet with him. Yeah. So for one of them to come out and say these things like, 1, he has not ruled out using nuclear weapons. 2, his mental health is shot. 3, we think there are serious physical ailments with him, cancers, possibly Parkinson's. This guy's got nothing left to lose, and that's why he's so dangerous.
Well, think about this. This oligarch knew that he was a dead man walking. When he came out and said that, why do it? Well, here's what I see happening. The oligarchs at this point are understanding that everything they've acquired illegally that was given to them by Putin to begin with. These are people that came from the KGB, they came from special operations in the Russian government. And when the wall fell, they were handed this. Here, you take the heavy metal industry, you take the energy industry, you take the shipping industry. They were given these things. And so when we see an oligarch coming out and saying this, what he understands is they're losing all of that. They're taking all this property away. You've got a ship in Italy, $700 million boat that was confiscated just last week. They got problems with it. They're taking their homes. They got homes all over the world. They're taking their money. They're targeting with sanctions. And so the oligarchs are kind of understanding this guy is not helping us anymore. Yeah. And if you take a look at his medical history, as you point out, the thyroid cancer, the Parkinson's disease potential. One other thing, the doomsday plane that was in the parade. Did you see that? They had their big parade. 11,000 troops were in their parade. It was a show of force. That doomsday plane was in there for a reason. It's to say, this is what we're going to fly away in as we start a nuclear war.
Right, and that's exactly why it is called the doomsday plane. This is their, last final option if they hit that point, which of course would be devastating. And I think the biggest problem here too is Putin willing to use nukes that close to his own border?
Yeah.
I think they'd be going somewhere else. Well, that's the biggest problem.
They do have Chernobyl. They live with it. Look, this guy's going to disappear for a while. I think he's going to have some surgery. He's going to have medical care. My prediction, he's not going to be on the grid. And when he moves off the grid, he sure better have somebody in charge that's going to keep things like they remain right now.